Okay, please be seated, everyone. Show is about to begin. Security, tell that person over there to have a seat. Thank you. Okay. What's up? What's up? In the building. In the building. First at bat. Oh, they chilling. They chilling. The son is doing the homework in the room, and my wife is riding shotgun right here in the studio on the side, and the dog is asleep on the couch, and we all good. Thanks for asking, and I hope your family doing well also. There is a small delay because I'm using vocal effects. Because I like my voice to sound smooth. I really like this to sound like not only a stream, but also a broadcast. What's up? Long time no see. So, you all made it on time. I was working on that Planet Rock remix. We called it Bonnet Rock or whatever. And I finally reached a point where I'm happy with it. So in a few minutes, we're going to debut the Planet Rock remix. And in the background, you're going to see some black people dancing from a dance TV show in Detroit called The New Dance Show from the 80s. They used to dance to electro music or techno music back in the day, black folks. And so when I played the original music to the video, I got flagged. So I substitute the music with my own tribute to the 80s, circa 1983. And this is my Planet Rock remix. I call it the Bonnet Rock. And I give a shout out to the crowd too. I say, Lordship. I say the mods rock around the clock. YouTube rocks around the clock, don't stop. So this might be a new theme song for the show. Until the copyright people come after me. Now, I'm going to wait and see if anybody else show up. If not, they're going to have to catch the replay. And until then, I want to, I was going through my library again, and I was going to speak on freelancing, but I'll wait. I want to read some of the book first because I even though I have the book, I've never really read it, but it's really interesting. And it's too much to really talk about, but the book actually tell you how to get grants and everything, funding. They give you addresses and everything, and tell you how to prepare your letters for funding and just how to be an entrepreneur and independent, stuff like that. Yeah, but it's a Sunday late afternoon, early evening, Pacific Standard Time. And in the palm of my hand, or in my index finger and my thumb, I have a book on famous black quotations. How many famous black quotations do you know? And we have the Uncle Fester theme song in the background. So of course, after we debut the Bonnet Rock remix, we can also go into some exclusive Uncle Fester footage. I know that's always people are fond of the bonnet because the bonnet says a lot of interesting things. And for those who don't know who I'm talking about, these are code words for the for the people who know. But you know what's famous? What's funny is this book is a book of quotes by uh, famous blacks and some not so famous. So, I'm gonna run through this, even though I can barely see, because it's dim in the studio. But shout out to Evelyn Underwood and Sage Wizzle in the building. All right. So what we about to do? Famous black quotations. Yeah, I like that. Let me see. Maybe I could use the light from my laptop. There are few things in this world as dangerous as sleepwalkers. And that was by Ralph Ellison. Ralph Ellison was a Negro. When you don't know when you have been spit upon, it does not matter too much what else you think you know. When you don't know when you have been spit upon or spit on, it does not matter too much what else you think you know. Wow. Okay. To name something is to wait for it in the place you think it will pass. What the hell? To name something is to wait for it in the place you think it will pass. Now that's kind of abstract, but that was by Amir. Like when I read this, I said, what the heck? Then I saw who said it, and it was Amir Baraka. So isn't that funny? It didn't make sense until I saw the name of the person who said it. Then it made sense. Let me try this one more time. To name something is to wait for it in the place you think it will pass. Amir Baraka. Yeah, I don't know who said that, but I'm sure it's in this book. All right, sound effects. The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the colored line. The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line. That's W.E. Du Bois. As long as an educated and wealthy Nigerian can be Jim Crow in Johannesburg on his own ancestral continent, or can still see a Ku Klux Klan cross burning in Mississippi, or until Africans have their proportionate share of the uh, of posts on the great corporations that control their economies, or until one sees blacks' faces among the top elites throughout the Arab world and Hispanic America and Brazil, where they are more rare now than in racist United States. Mobilization as blacks is still necessary. Worldwide blacks consciousness is a psychological reserve that can be mobilized to achieve local ends as well as to aid others as the liberation process continues on. And that's by St. Clair Drake, not the rapper. St. Clair Drake. The longest journey is from your head to your heart, that part. What's up, Blue Rains? Evelyn, the scholar, coming with the scholarship. Blue Rains in the building. But tell me, let me know who said that too. Because I could come with some great grandmother quotes. But I've never seen these quotes before. I just got the little booklet in my hand. It's from my personal library. There are no good times to be black in America, but sometimes are worse than others. David Bradley. These are famous black quotations and some not so famous. And I'm reading it in the dark with only the laptop light, so that's challenging. As legal slavery passed, we entered into a permanent period of unemployment and underemployment from which we have yet to emerge. And that's by Julian Bond. That's a quote from Julian Bond. Now here's one. Let's see if you can guess who said this. I'm calling out Evelyn. Let's see if you know who said this. There is a debt to the Negro people which America can never repay. At least then they must make amends. Sojourner Truth. Yep. Thank you for turning on the light over there. Yes, that was Sojourner Truth. Well, you got it. Now, I have great fear for the moral will of Americans if it takes more than a week to achieve the results. So I have great fear for the moral will of Americans if it takes more than a week to achieve the results. That's Michael S. Harper. The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression. W.E. Du Bois. What's up? We're going to debut the final mix of the Bonnet Rock song. It's a tribute to Planet Rock. It's a parody of Planet Rock. I'm finally happy with the mix. I finally got the beat the way I wanted it. So I was just going through some famous black quotes until a few more people show up. So grandma's in the building. That was a good guess, but it was Sojourner Truth. All right, check this one out. Divestment is the one strategy that could bring about change with a minimum of violence. The Sullivan Principle have made our change more comfortable. What we want are the change. Desmond Tutu. Yes, happy Easter to one and all. This is a special Easter show. While I am in favor of universal suffrage, yet I know that the colored man needs something more than a vote in his hand. A man's landless, ignorant, and poor may use the vote against his interests, but with intelligence and land, he holds in his hands the basis of power and elements of favor of universal suffrage. A man landless, ignorant, and poor may use the vote against his interests, but with intelligence and land, he holds in his hands the basis of power and the element of strength. Yes, Desmond Tutu. I cannot accept the definition of collective good as articulated by a privileged minority in society, especially when the minority is in power. Now, I like this one. This might be my personal favorite, and that's by Wolesoyinka. Wolesoyinka. It is a historical fact that whenever the oppressor is called upon to define a indigenous product of the oppressed, that product loses its functional value. That's by James G. Spady. And we're going to do two more. Now, I'm going to see if y'all can guess this one. It grew on me that way. Black man respectfully. No, I'm sorry. It grew on me that we, black men especially, were expected to be subservient, even in groups where ostensibly everyone, men especially, were expected to be subservient, even in groups where ostensibly everyone was equal. And that's Shirley Chisholm. Oh. What's up? What's up? I'm gonna do one more. L. Rodriguez in the building. Midclad in the building. Just going over some quotes before we debut the track. We wear the mask that grins and lies. That's a quote from Paul Laurence Dunbar. And I'm reading from a book called Famous Black Quotations and Some Not So Famous. No person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. Alice Walker. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that's Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, so once again, happy Easter. God bless in the building. Patty Paradox in the building. You know what I'm saying? I'm just reading some of these Negro quotes until I play the new final mix of the Bonnet Rock. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Now I know you know that one. Somebody holler at me on that one. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Thanks, Blue Rain. That's Langston Hughes. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's another famous quote, too. I knew that one, but I never know who said it. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what? We might see that quote. You know, Maya Angelou, when she was being honored, she had did a quote that you had to be at least, and I was scratching my head, but everybody that was 70 plus was slapping their knee and throwing their hats in the air. I was like, what the hell? Sometimes our talent can take us where our character is not prepared to go. Kwame Kilpatrick, the former mayor of Detroit, I take, my hometown. My auntie was his secretary, or she might have been phasing out and going into retirement. But my aunt was there from you know, what's that old famous mayor? You know, the mayor that everybody liked. They made him the saint of Detroit. But my aunt was an intern for him, and then she was a mayor for every secretary after that. But yeah. They go. Oh, we got some. Hey, you know, when we finish this, we could do some of the Bonnet quotes. We can go into the Bonnet quotes. The determination to outwit one's situation means that one has no model, only object lessons. That's James Baldwin. The Negro pays for what he wants and begs for what he needs. That's Kelly Miller. Now that one is interesting. The Negro pays for what he wants and begs for what he needs. Men may not get they pay. Oh, men may not get all they pay for in this world, but must certainly pay for all they get. Now that's an odd one. Men may not get all they pay. This is how it's written in this world, but they must certainly pay for all they get. That's Frederick Douglass. Kilpatrick was the former mayor of, I think if it's the same one, former mayor of Detroit. He had to leave his post. He got caught in a scandal. There was part of it was part of, you know, they give you a house and stuff when you're mayor, and he threw a party for winning the election, and they hired a stripper, and so it was it's a government house, and they have a stripper there with government funds, and but I found out that she was a mother of four, even though she was a stripper, she was a mother of four, and she would have been the only possible witness to the event. Nobody else would have said nothing or testified against the mayor. So she ended up dead. She ended up looking like a cheese grater when they were done with her, unfortunately. But he didn't. He didn't. She didn't testify. He didn't get in trouble for that. But he did buy another employee a car that he was dating, and since he was using public phones and stuff, all their lovey-dovey text messages were public record. He used funds to get her a car, and it was this. I had big hopes for him but I knew he was in trouble because when I first saw that mayor, there was a meeting of black mayors on CNN, not CNN, but C-SPAN or something like that. and he was very well spoken. And I said, wow, he's the youngest black mayor, not only the youngest mayor, the youngest black mayor in the United States. But sometimes things are signs you can see right away. He had diamond earrings in both ears. He had the little Suge Knight vibe, and when he greet people, he give them a little hip hop hug and a pound, and he played hip hop music in his office. And I said, it's just a matter of time. And they caught him slipping. But that's just my stab at it. Other people may say things differently and stuff like that. But when the stripper came up dead, and you start dating someone in the office, you're subordinate, and you buy them a car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I really was rooting for him. The wife attacked her at the party. Damn. Unbelievable. Observing stuff in the building. Well, let me see something. If you want to keep something secret from black folks, put it between the covers of a book. Now, I know everybody and their mama heard that quote before. If you want to keep something from black folks, put it between the covers of a book. Now, they didn't give nobody credit for this saying. For this quote, it says African American folk saying. So not a single person got credit for that quote. Now, I'm going to say this one last quote, and then we're going to get into the Planet Rock remix, all right? We're going to wait for Blue Rain to come, Blue Magic come back. Blue Mojo. Time keep on slipping. Remember, his father got caught up as well. Who? Kilpatrick's father got caught up? Yeah, a lot of father and sons got caught up. The mayor of New Orleans, he was using public phones too, so they didn't even have to do an investigation. All the evidence was on the phone. The same mayor that said we're gonna make this a chocolate city again, they just used those blackberries. All the information on the blackberries is what did him in. He done did his time. He got out, moved to Houston or somewhere, and then Jesse Jackson's son, keeping the money for the campaign money. So they made him and his wife take turns doing time, so one parent would be out to take care of the kids. Yeah, Vicky in the building. So I've only read a small fraction of this book. We'll go back to these famous black quotations and some not so famous by Sabayat Publications. And I just want to end with this quote right here that I find very interesting. The free and freedom was not put there to blow your mind, to blow your game. That's Marie Evans. The free and freedom was put there to blow your mind, to blow your game. A man who will not labor to gain his rights is a man who would not, if he had them, prize and defend them. A man who will not labor to gain his rights is a man who would not, if he had them, prize and defend them. Has any Negro ever confessed that civil rights can be a boring issue? Necessarily, yes, but boring as well because it is war, and only the sick can like war. And that's John A. Williams. And the quote before that was Frederick Douglass. So the one I just said is John A. Williams. The one before that was Frederick Douglass. I heard that, Vicky. Wait, Frederick Douglass, here's another Frederick Douglass quote. These quotes are contagious. I want to get to the fun stuff, but if there's no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up on the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its mighty waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both moral and physical. But it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. That's Frederick Douglass. Now I hope Mojo is back by now. Let's get into it. The final mix of Bonnet Rock. And yeah.
Lotion rocks around the clock. Don't stop. YouTube rocks around the clock. Don't stop. The Bonnet rocks around the clock. Don't stop. Mama's rock around the clock. Don't stop. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop.
Yeah, I'm finally happy with that. What I'm not happy with is you know, the other footage that's not showing. No, I'm live on. Yeah. Hey, it's all good. It's all gravy. Um, yeah, I had to turn it on the sound system. I'm dancing in the studio. If you dance to your own track, you must be you must be feeling it. You know. Yeah, that I had that footage, but that footage was not playing, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So trying to I got the footage playing now, and but the timing was all wrong. That was going to be the surprise, but I'm going to play the track again, and yeah, yeah, the studio is full today. You know what I'm saying? We have a special guest in the studio, so let's see here. I need to get some interns. There we go. Let me see something. Let me see.
Lotion rocks around the clock.
Yeah.
Don't stop. YouTube rocks around the clock.
Yeah.
Don't stop. The Bonnie rocks around the clock.
There we go.
Don't stop. Mama's rock around the clock. Don't stop.
Here we go.
Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop.
Party people, Yeah, don't get funky.
Yeah, I have other videos of people getting down, but I haven't transferred it over to my computer, so I can't use it yet. You know what I'm saying? If you get my drift. But as soon as I get those transferred, it's gonna be all good. There's been a lot of moving and grooving lately, and I just wanted to give that some shine. It's been a lot of moving and grooving, so I want to give that some shine. That's my personal jam now. Nah, no people don't. That person doesn't watch. That's what got them in trouble. They would have heard all the warnings and all the advice in the world that people were trying to give that individual in the chat room. And now it takes her about 2 or 3 weeks before she ever sees these videos, and then they so narcissistic that see, hey, I'm talking like that person. I'm not being specific. They so narcissistic that they'll watch for like 30 seconds or a minute and just switch off and give it a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still here. I just had the mute button on, talking to myself. It's all gravy. I hope everybody enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? When you got a bunch of folders open, you do not know. You better make sure you know if that mute button on or not, so you will not look like a fool in these YouTube streets. Make sure you read your chat. Your chat will tell you too. Hey man, the mute button. Yeah, just missed the whole. Because by the time that person comes back and make a video out of anger, you don't know what that person mad about, because they're just now seeing. See how vague I am? I'm being like that. I'm being like them. I'm being vague, and I'm speaking like them. And you see how confused we are? But when they come back and make a one of those rants, you don't know what they're ranting about. It's because that person just seen a video that's like 2 weeks old, and now they want to rant about it. You could tag the video. You could put their social security number and the tag, their first and middle and last name, their home address. You can put their mother's maiden name in the tags, and they still won't see the video. Look, it took that person 8 years to realize you could put your video on private. It took that person 8 years to realize you could put your video on unlisted. But that person claimed to be a computer genius. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know I'm gonna have to do. I'm just gonna have to play these videos live first and see what it is. I seen another channel holder do this. Preview the video offline and then bring it into the show, just in case something crazy. Yeah. You know how Yoda has a way of speaking? Uncle Fester has a way of speaking also. It's Fester speak. We means I. Y'all means you. Us means I. You see what I'm saying? So let's bring that beat back.
Don't stop. YouTube rocks around the clock. Don't stop. The Bonnie rocks around the clock. Don't stop. Mama's rock around the clock. Don't stop. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop.
Yeah, don't get funky.
Don't stop, 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 stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop, 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 don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop, 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 stop.
Party people, yeah, don't get funky.
Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop. Lower shit. Lower shit. Lower shit. Don't stop, 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 stop. Lower shit, shit, shit. Lower shit. Lower shit, shit, shit. Don't stop, 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 stop. Lucian rocks around the clock. Don't stop. YouTube rocks around the clock. Don't stop. Honey rocks around the clock. Don't stop. Mama's rock around the clock. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
It's a lot going on. This thing is so delayed now.
Yeah.
I know a lot of y'all got a
Suicide
lot of
go
questions.
live.
I know
Be
a
another
lot of
nigga up in
y'all.
that room, Willie.
Yeah, there's so much in delay right now. I think I'm gonna have to cut these vocal effects off. Yeah, let me cut some of these vocal effects off. Oh, right on. My bad. Well, one played by accident, so I might as well let that one rock, huh? Hold on, let me see. One of them played by accident, and I don't know which one is which, so I'm gonna have to go. Okay, I know that one. I'm not gonna play that one. All right, let me see what this is. This is for you old school heads out there.
Now, when Suicide go live, it be another nigga up in that room, Willie. You looking at look at that top right lens on his sunglasses. In the top right corner, on his left lens, your right, you see a nigga sitting right there while Suicide is live in that motel room. And another nigga sitting up there while he wearing wigs and shit, being loud and country and shit like Chris Tucker or some shit. Nigga, gay Chris Tucker, man. I'm telling you, look at that shit right there, man. That's the receipts, man. It's another nigga sitting right there. You can see his shadow reflection in his sunglasses. Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Looking for
Busted.
I'm just like 10 seconds. Like, I'm like super delayed. I'm not feeling that.
I know a lot of y'all got a lot of questions. I know a lot of y'all is probably like pissed off right now in your feelings right now. And I can't say I blame you. I don't blame any of you for how you're feeling right now. I don't blame you for being pissed off. Oh, it's fine. Like I said, I know a lot of people are in shock right now. A lot of people is trying to wrap their heads around what has happened. But for me, I said this 3 months ago. That girl was going back to carbonation. And everybody called me a liar for it. Everybody said I was wrong. Everybody sat up there and said that I was wrong for speaking about that registry. I told everybody that was going to be a mistake. I told everybody not to give them no donations to get that girl home. I sat there and said that. But everybody said I was wrong and called me every name in the book for it. And do I feel horrible for Omac and Pops and the rest of the family? Absolutely, I do. I feel horrible for them. I feel horrible for Lurker and Grand and all them because they got the money to get home. I feel horrible for all the people that are going to pay for this. But y'all, let me be 100 with this. If Velvet don't give them back their money, guess who's going to be responsible for that? The channel holders that supported her. Let me just be 100 with this, y'all. All right. This is what Lurker posted this morning. It says, Velvet is not going back. There has been a misunderstanding. She needs space. Please respect the process and pray with all vibes of positive energy. Okay, that was posted this morning. So with that being said, I don't feel sorry for none of y'all because you should have listened when I first got on here and told y'all to go to the feds. No, you didn't want to go to the feds. You wanted to give donations. You wanted to be vigilantes. You wanted to sit up here and bring these people home. Now they've made pretty fools out of y'all because they used you, got what they wanted from all of y'all, and went back over there. So now y'all all look like idiots. And I'm the one crazy. I'm the one lying. I'm the one doing all this shit. Man, I feel sorry for y'all. Because like I said, I tried to warn you. Everything that's happening as far as everything that's going on, I told you from day one this was happening. It was going to happen. He wanted all of y'all to go down with him. All these people going against him, he made sure all of y'all go down with him. And you are. Because for the simple fact, y'all have condoned his behavior. You have aided and abetted this man and have supported this man. Even though you didn't mean. Even though your intentions were good, but the point is you are now involved with him. And you notice my expression ain't changed, right? That being said, it doesn't matter. The point is y'all should have went to the feds. That's the first thing you should have did. You should have went to the local police, told them what was going on, send them evidence to the local police. Then if they didn't do anything, go to the FBI. Because if it really is an FBI issue, go to the FBI. Then after that, go to the Attorney General. Then if that don't work, go on social media. Let social media know what's going on so that way you could actually get attorneys and people to help you. That's what I was trying to do. Get these parents on camera so they could get help. So they get people like lawyers and celebrities to actually want to help them get their kids back to bring awareness. But no, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I'm just stupid and dumb and crazy. I'm just a lunatic. I'm just a Looney Tune. I'm just somebody that don't know what the fuck
Chris
I'm talking
Brown
about.
song again.
And now this shit just blown up in all.
Trying to fade it out.
All right.
Here we
This
go.
is what Lurker posted this morning.
And every time
it says Velvet is
they
not
pick
going
it up
back.
too.
There has been a misunderstanding. She needs space.
This is a receipt, y'all, supposedly. What kind of receipt is this?
Okay, that was posted this morning.
I gotta turn the volume down. There's too much of that. Too much of that. I mean, I ain't even get a chance to like that song. That person ruined the song for me. Like if somebody come near me with that song, I might just on reflex just slap the shit out of them because this person has ruined the song for me. I don't try to pretend to understand the logic. You know what I'm saying? But everybody guilty by association. You know. But, you know, I mean, we all know now that nobody's going to take this person serious. And I don't know how the police is out there, but here you come talking to them on some bullshit, they're going to get you evaluated. They're not going to take you serious. That's all. But as far as production, I use a lot of different stuff, but there's a difference between digital audio workstations and virtual instruments. So you could use your virtual instruments in any digital audio workstation that accept VST or VST2 or 3 or VSTi, etc. Yeah, you know, that person, nobody takes that stuff serious. But if you have to lie to yourself to keep your own sanity, then, you know, hey, do what you got to do. There are no kids. They're all adults except for the babies. Looking into the archives. Going into the vault. Looking for a collabo between me and Pops called Love and Kindness. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? This this person is purely digging their own grave, ruining their own business, working with the wrong people, admiring the wrong people, name association, none of that stuff working. I mean, self-victimization, virtue signaling, every trick in the book to come up when you could just be. Yeah, I'm not gonna wreck my brain. Probably was. Exactly. For real. I mean, you think any rational person, look, I'm going to tell you why I know that she ain't talked to nobody, because you try to talk to somebody about this food. You try to tell people about Nature Boy. Hold on, let me take these effects off. Oh, hold on. Let me take these effects off right quick. It's dragging the system. Check it out. Cutting the vocal already. Looking at the chat. Oh yeah, well my Ableton Live, I have Ableton Live 10 intro fully loaded, and my Ableton Live is integrated with Max MSP. Now, Ableton Live is the fun part. You can use it for live performance as an electronic artist or a hip hop artist or whatever. You can use it to make music and to DJ with. That's why it's called Ableton Live. But the beauty of it all is it's integrated with a very nerdy software called Max MSP, which you used to have to buy separately for an additional $600 and something. If you got Ableton Suite for $900 or whatever, the full kit, then you would have to pay another $641 for Max MSP. But now it comes already with the software already built in, which is great, and they still charge you the price for one software. Now they got different levels of Ableton. You could get a demo version, and you probably can get $100 version of Ableton Live. I got mine through the black market, of course. I probably never. I've been using Ableton Live since version 4. I'm using version 10 now, and I can honestly say I've never spent a dime for Ableton. And that's why I like Ableton so much. I make my own custom skins for Ableton, but I started out with Cubase in the window, and I'm a very big fan of Cubase. I'm using Cubase IA7 or 7IA, I guess you can say that. Cubase 7IA. I used to use Pro Tools way back. A lot of people who use Pro Tools, they just use it for the replacement of tape. Instead of using the 2-inch tape, they use Pro Tools. But Pro Tools is you can use it for far more stuff. But Cubase, and if I need to do some cheesy stuff, Fruity Loops. But I like using Native Instrument Reactor, Native Instrument Machine, and I like to make my own. Through Native Instrument Reactor, I can design my own instruments, my own effects with my own buttons and knobs and faders, custom design. So that's kind of cool. Let me see exactly. She lied to herself to keep her own. Yep, forever live in delusions and suffer from a rude awakening. And that's where she get those brain freezes, those moments of silent talk for. I'm trying to pull up Reactor right quick, just to show you how you can customize and make your own instruments. So but yeah, a long time ago I was using SoundForge and Cool Edit Pro, and I was using Pro Tools just a teeny bit, because we was using it for sequencing. But when Pro Tools was popular, I was more into the hardware at the time. Yeah, I have Native Instrument iMachina on my phone and tablet, and then I have the software on my computer, Native Instrument Machine MK2, and so I can really produce a whole track on my phone and transfer it to the same software on my computer. I did pay for Machine and Machina. I had the bootleg for a few years, but then I spent $650 for Native Instrument Machine, and then whatever the app costs, I got it for the phone and the tablet. But it was worth it, because when you're on your phone, trust me, you can make a whole. If you didn't have your computer and somebody needed a beat right quick and you wanted to sell it to them right quick, you can produce it on your phone and ship it right to them, already mixed and everything, using Native Instrument iMachina. And then if you wanted to swap out sounds or add 30 million more tracks to it, then you transfer it to Machine on your computer, and then you open up Machine as a standalone, and if you want more, you open it up as a VST inside of a DAW. Now I know this sounds French to some people, but it's really not as deep as it sounds. It's just descriptive words. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, and VST stands for Virtual Synth Technology. That's all. So I see Reactor don't want to react. Let's see. Oh, Kitty in the building. Got out. Oh, good night all. Okay, Kitty. Peace. It keeps buffering for me. Well, we all don't have 5G yet, and it's buffering for me too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm only going to tolerate 15 more minutes of this buffering. I can't deal. So, 1, 2. Okay. This is one of my instruments here. I guess you can see it. This is actually a compressor.